Good morning, students. A warm welcome to all of you in today's session of Class 12th Informatic Practices, Unit 3, that is Computer Network. And today's session we are going to cover Computer Network, Introduction and Types of Network. So, as I have already told you about the introduction portion of this session, let's continue with this session. So, first topic we are going to cover is Introduction to Networks. So, as you all can see in the diagram, there are several kind of devices connected with each other. The devices are various numbers of computers, a printer, a connecting networking device, and internet. The globe symbol is used to show the internet. So what is a computer network? Let's define it. The collection of interconnected computers is called a computer network. Two computers are said to be interconnected if they are capable of sharing and exchanging information. So as we can see in the diagram, several different devices are connected. So computers connected together can transfer information from one computer to another computer using this network. A printer is connected in this network. The computer network allows this printer to be shared among all the different computers using the given computer network, and all these computers can access internet facility as this particular computer network is connected to internet using a networking device. So this is how a computer network allows sharing and exchanging of information among each other and also over the internet. So let's continue to the next slide. In next slide, we are going to cover the need of computer network. So let's see why the need of computer network arise. So there are three different points. First point is resource sharing. The computer network allows us to share different kind of networking resource over the given network. For example, in previous slide, we saw that several number of computers are connected in the network and a printer is available. So this printer is nothing but a resource. It is being shared among all the available computers, and in this way this single resource can be used by all these 8 computers, and these 8 computers can print document from their own device and they can give that print to the given printer. So this is what you should understand by the resource sharing. Other than that, it is not only about the physical resource, as software resource can also be shared. In network server operating system environment, what happens? The operating system is installed in a single machine, and that single machine operating system is shared among all other computers. So those all other computers, they do not have their own OS. They will be booting up the network OS and they will have their own account using which they can log in into the network OS and the users can do their work. The second need which arose of computer network, the reason was reliability. So when a computer is connected in a computer network, the reliability increases. How? Let's see. When we are working on a computer and making a file, we are saving the file in the same computer. There are chances due to several reasons that file may get deleted, that file may get corrupted due to viruses, or many more factors may come in picture, and our file or our data can be gone or can be corrupted. So if we are connected in a computer network, then we can share our file, or we can copy our file or save our file to another computer over the network. And in this way, if there is a hardware crash or any other issue due to which we are not able to access that particular file in this particular computer, we can anytime go to the next computer connected in the computer network and access the file. So in this way, the reliability factor gets its impact. The computer network increases the reliability. Now let's come to the third need, that is the cost factor. That means due to the resources being shared over the network, the overall cost decreases. As we can see in the previous example, that the printer was connected and all other 8 different computers users can print their document using this single printer shared over the network. So we do not need to buy a separate printer for all of those computers. A single printer is doing its work. As you students also have seen the same scenario in your school, in your computer lab, where one or two printers are there, and so we do not need to buy a separate printer for all of those machines. All those machines can share the single printer available and they can get their document printed without any problem. So in this way, due to these factors, the need of computer network arose and we started to connect the computers in the network. So now let's go to the next slide. So the next slide is application of computer networks. So we have connected the computers in the networking scenario. Now where we can apply, what are the different applications of this computer network? So we have pointed out all the networking applications. There can be many more, but for being concise, we have pointed out only 3. So let's see all the points. The point number 1 says sharing of data, services and resources. This thing we have already seen in our previous slide where we studied the need of computer network, that the data, services and resources can be shared among the network. What is the sharing of data? You all know we are saving one file in our particular computer number 1 and then we can send this file to, or we can share this file to all the other computers available in the network. So not only the computer number 1 but all other computers can access that file. Now while sharing also we can define whether other computers can edit this file or can only view the file. So that permission we can also set while using the computer network. While sharing the file we can set this permission. The another application may be accessing the remote database. So as especially if we talk about the Kendriya Vidyalaya students, your UBI fee database is a remote database which all of you access using internet. That is also a computer network. So you access all those accounts, different student access their accounts using UBI portal site and you pay your fees and your class teachers can get the info who has paid and who has not paid yet. So this is a very good application and real life example of application of computer network. Other than that, communication facilities are also there. That means we are using the computer network to communicate with the different people sitting around the world. If you're some relative, some friend, they are even is situated in a different country, you can talk to them, you can do video calls with them, you can communicate with them not only in written form but also in verbal form, in interactive form also. So this communication facility is provided by the computer network. So these were the different application of computer network. Some are not listed in this slide. There may be you can people can use computer networks for doing gaming. They can do programming, collaborative programming practice using the computer network. They can make a project. They can do editing of photos. They can do editing of videos and so many more works using the computer network. So there are several applications of computer network. So I am leaving this work for you to find out, to think about what are different computer applications, network application which are not listed here. That you have to list them out so that you can think about it. It is very easy. So let's go to the next slide. So next slide, we will know about some elementary terminology of a network. So what are the different terminology used in the network? So first terminology is a node. So what is a node? We can also call a node as a workstation. So the term node, it refers to the computer that are attached to a network and are seeking to share the resources. So different computers which you saw there in the diagram, different computers themselves, they are called a node. Any computer connected in a computer network, that is called a node. So we can also call them a workstation. So now what is a server? A server is a particular computer which facilitates sharing of data, software and hardware resources on the network. So it is like a main machine which is sharing different things to all other machines. So that main machine, that is called a server, and all other machines, they will be called in this scenario as a client. So you might have heard about client server architecture. In this client server architecture, the server is a main machine which shares data, software and hardware resources on the network. So let's continue to the next slide. Types of computer networks. So this is our last topic of the session, as I have made the session crisp. So this is the last topic which we are going to cover in this particular session, types of computer networks. So you, till now you have studied what is a computer network, what is the need of computer network, what are different applications of computer network. So after knowing that, we should also know about the types of computer networks. So let's cover it. There are four different types of a computer network. First is your LAN, local area network, then MAN, metropolitan area network, then there is WAN, wide area network, and the fourth one is PAN, personal area network. So one by one we are covering the types of computer network. So first one is LAN. LAN stands for local area network, and this network is limited to a relatively small area. It is generally limited to a geographical area such as a computer lab, school or a particular building. It is generally privately owned network over a distance not more than 5 kilometers. So it is very important to note that local area network name is itself giving the meaning of LAN. That means the network is going to be confined in a local area, and the local area may be example, as an example you can take college, schools, hospitals, your banks, they are having their LANs. So a brief diagram of a LAN is given in which you can see different machines are connected with a central machine. So this is also a scenario of client server architecture. The central machine is acting as a server and all other machines are clients, and this server is allowing the right flow of data and information from one machine to another machine. So this is your local area network. It is confined to a relatively small area. So next one is MAN. So let's continue to MAN. MAN stands for metropolitan area network, and they are networks which cover a group of nearby corporate offices, a city, and might be either private or public. So it is relatively larger than a LAN. Metropolitan word itself says that this network is going to be spread in all over city, max to max in all over city, or we can say in several corporate offices of a city. So one office itself may have a LAN, then another office itself may have another LAN, and together they all are connected using a MAN. So an example of metropolitan area network is a cable TV network available in the city. And as you all can see in the diagram also, that a central building having 1250 users is connected with 7 different buildings. The 7 different buildings are having their own workstation groups, and these all buildings, or we can say several machines, they are connected with this central machine, central you can say central building, and they all enjoy different network speeds. You can see in the diagram, if you will zoom it up, then you will be able to see that building number 1 to 4 are having 100 Mbps internet, and among them building 1 is having more bandwidth, even higher bandwidth than that, and building 5, 6, 7 are having normal LAN connection. So this is how we connected a different LANs. These all buildings are having their own LANs, local area networks, and these all local area networks are connected together. And this whole scenario, which you are able to see here, this is your metropolitan area network. So it's not difficult to understand that metropolitan area network is your bigger network than the LAN. So let's move to the next one, that is your wide area network. So what is a wide area network? The name itself suggests that it will be covering a broader area in comparison to your previous MANs and LANs. It will be covering a broader area, and to be specific, these are the networks which are spread over large distances, we can say across countries or even continents, through cabling or satellite uplinks. These are called wide area network, and beautiful example is your internet. So internet nowadays connects the whole world together. So internet is an example of wide area network. So till now, the networks you have studied, the smallest one was LAN, then the next broader one was MAN, and the biggest one was WAN. Now let's also study PAN. PAN stands for Personal Area Network. So personal area network itself suggests the meaning of the PAN, that it is a network created using a personal device. So a small device connected with any adjacent device, they create a network. That network is called PAN. So it is a network of communicating devices organized around an individual person. For example, if you connect your phone using some data sharing app with your friend, with your colleague, with your relative, and you transfer some photos, some videos, some music from one to another, then the network which you are forming in this way, that network is called PAN, that means a personal area network. So this network can be set up using guided media. That means you can connect two devices like a phone and a computer using USB cable. Your phone will be connected to your computer. So there is a network formed. This network is called PAN. Or you can also use unguided media like your Bluetooth infrared features, in which way you connect the two devices without using any cables. So this was all for today's session. Thank you for being with me. This is Vishal Kaushik, PGT Computer Science from KV Tagore Garden, explaining you about computer network introduction and its type. Have a good day. Thank you.